first in order is Kellenak.
Okay, Kellenak, recognizing what is sitting out there in front of him with the mimic, he's gonna point at it and say, by the power that the Lord Dol Ara has given me and has granted me, I command you
Man and
to
wife,
drop.
say man and...
I command you to drop my Eric Cochran.
Ooh, interesting. So what is this that you're doing?
I'm actually casting command with the drop in it.
All right. So what is it? What exactly does it do?
So I can speak this command to the creature that is within range, and he must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow for the duration of 1 round.
He does not succeed. So he has to drop him, yeah?
He has to drop him.
All right, he releases you. You have been released from your charge. All right, did you want to move anywhere? Now we are using this map, so you can clearly see exactly where you are in conjunction to the mimic. And you are currently right next to it.
Well, I understand that, and I pretty much assume that's where I would be anyway.
Yep, sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a big chest full of stuff. You don't even know what it is. Might as well check it, right?
You have to check every chest.
You have to check every chest.
There might be some D's in there.
That's what guys do. They check every chest.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Ooh. All right, next up is going to be the mimic. I need to make a note here. The mimic is going to go, and he has dropped Akrak. I forgot your name for a second.
All
and
good.
He is going to make a bite attack against you now, though.
Okay.
Just because he's dropped you doesn't mean he's dropped his desire to devour you.
Of course.
And your AC is a 14?
15.
15. He will miss. All right, so he snaps at you, but you deftly maneuver out of the way.
I nimbly doge.
You nimbly doge. And next up in the order is going to be Fendel.
I see my friend is in trouble here, so I will run across the bridge. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
And I will pull out my rapier, and I will strike him.
Okay.
And I rolled an 18 on the die, so I'm sure that's
Yeah, you definitely hit. And you do have an ally within 5 feet threatening the creature, so you have your sneak attack.
Yes, I do. So that is 12 plus 3 is... 12 plus 5 is 15 points. That can't be right. 12 plus 4, so it would be 16 points of damage.
All right, 16 points of damage. That's not bad.
That's pretty good for first level.
For first level, that's pretty dang good. All right, Akrak, it is your turn now.
Okay, so I'm going to fly up. I'm still going to stay engaged with this, but I'm going to basically fly up 5 feet above it to try to stay out of its snapping range.
Okay.
And then use my quarterstaff to kind of slam down.
5 feet above it is going to be within range still. And if you fly out of range, it's going to get an attack of opportunity on
right. But I'm using... I'm going to basically be airborne at this point.
Okay, cool. So you're making a 3D battlefield. Got it.
Correct.
All right, so swoop on up.
And
then how are you going to attack it?
With my quarterstaff.
Okay.
So...
Just are you one-handing the quarterstaff or...
Two-handing.
Two-handing, okay.
Yeah, just pull it off my back and smack right down across
Smack it right down. All right, cool. Roll the attack.
That is a 17.
17 will hit.
Sweet. And I get my D8. That's a 9 for damage.
9 for damage, 9 total?
9 total.
All right. All right, the mimic is starting to look a little dinged up and banged up. And the bullywug, the hops, he kind of looks across and kind of sees you guys kind of beating on a box and croaks and says, what's going on over there? What you guys got?
This chest is alive.
Well, I seen a lady like that one time. She had a live chest. I see what you mean. Yeah, you go ahead and... You go ahead and beat that chest.
We are beating the chest. I'm going to poke it with my rapier.
All right. Well, it's Kellenak's turn next.
So
I'm going to thrust it with my sword.
I will use my warhammer and smack it.
Okay, great. You will try.
Oh, thank you. That is a 10.
10 will miss. So really, it doesn't necessarily miss. You bring your warhammer down on it, and you hit the corner where it's kind of got some metal on the framing, and it just kind of clings off. Doesn't leave really a bump or a scrape or anything like that.
That was very impressive.
I might have to take my
very nice.
smithy tools to it.
All right. Next up is going to be the mimic. Ho-ho! And the mimic is going to kind of shake itself, almost like there's something inside of it. It shakes for a second and it starts to crumble, and you hear kind of the sound of snapping wood and metal as it bends on itself, and it reforms and changes into a big fluffy teddy bear that can move.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
It's so sweet. And it growls at you. And
That ruined the moment.
yeah, it growls at you. And you can see in its stomach is the symbol of Gruffbeard's Finest. The original distillery. And it is on to Fender. No, that's not your name. Findel. I get everybody else's name, but not yours. Findel, it's your turn.
That's curious. What did you eat? Oh well, we'll find out shortly. That's a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
And 4, 7, 11 more points of damage.
11 more. All right, next up is going to be Akrak.
One strike was nice. Let's see if I get 2. A 16 will hit, correct?
16 will hit.
Sweet. And I do 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. You guys are wailing into this thing pretty good.
I know.
It's looking pretty solidly beat up. It's not like bleeding or anything. It's like a teddy bear.
Yeah,
and you
but are we
just hit
getting
it.
stuffing out of it yet?
You just hit it with a stick, and it kind of peeled at the seams a little bit. And next up is going to be Hops, who laughs once more. Man, you guys are getting put over by a little bear. You're doing such a good job. I'm so glad you came to my restaurant today. That thing was tearing up my neck. Can you believe that? And then it's going to be Kellenak's turn.
Aye, my friend. Now, stand back. Watch me smack him down.
I'm already over here. What more do you want from me?
14.
14 will hit.
Oh, it does. All right.
Yeah, it
hey.
sure does.
Good to know. I actually thought I missed that one. All right. But it's only going to do 3 points of damage.
Only 3 damage. Okay. The mimic gets to go now, and it turns on you. You have now damaged it. You hit it with the hammer, and it made a squeak sound. And it's going to turn toward you and jump on you and grapple you.
All right.
It's going to grab straight onto your scruffy little stubbly beard.
Okay, I'm going to proc Warding Flare. He has to roll at disadvantage.
Ooh, so that's going to make it a normal roll because he was rolling at advantage.
All right.
So it's strength v strength for a grapple check.
Nat 1.
Ooh, he got a... Well, thankfully you're not swinging a hit, so it's not a crit fail. So what did you get total?
That is actually only going to be a 2.
Ooh,
I was
nice.
waiting for it to be a 0. That was a dump stat too.
That would have been awesome. No, he got a 22. Well, yeah, he just kind of grabs onto your face area and is kind of moving around it. You can tell he's getting ready to bite you.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys are now sharing a square, but not really, so don't move anything. But essentially, that's what's happening. All right, Findel, you're next.
All right, well, let me poke him one more time. See if I can get some more stuffing out of this guy. And that would be a 17.
17 hits. Wait. Hold on. I meant to say you're rolling at a disadvantage because the bear is on your friend's head.
Oh, well, that makes all the difference in the world. I rolled 2 1s, and now I rolled a 9. So a 9 misses, I'm
So
sure.
a 9 is going to miss. I thought you meant you rolled like a nat 1.
No.
No.
That would be
That
the
would be
worst
bad, yeah.
thing you could roll.
No, I rolled a 2.
Hold still, dang it. All right, cool. So yeah, you definitely miss. You're
Sorry.
trying to be gentle with your friend's face, and you try to swing, and it kind of runs to the back of his head.
His face wouldn't be any worse for the wear anyway.
Well,
so.
that's maybe true. Now, Akrak, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to produce flame.
Okay.
I'm using
Where?
I'm using the cantrip produce flame.
No, I understand.
In my
Where?
hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't throw it yet.
Okay.
But I'm producing it in my hand, and I'm similar to what he did earlier. I'm
Okay.
going to, instead of trying to physically make it let go like he used with his spell, I'm just going to threaten. So I'm going to try to intimidate it. Like, if you don't let go, I'm just going to, burn you off like a bad leech.
Okay.
So
Roll intimidation,
So who are you trying to intimidate, him or the dwarf?
and I'll let you have an advantage on that intimidation.
cool. That's a 15. So a 14.
All right, so a 14. Yeah, he starts to. He kind of gives a quizzical look, like, huh? Like he's very uncertain about what he's doing at this point in time. But he doesn't like immediately jump off or anything. You've
Right.
definitely intimidated him, so he's afraid of that fire. But you haven't touched him with it yet, so he's not really moving for it.
Well,
And-
when I produce flame, I can't attack with it
Yeah,
until
yeah.
the
No,
next
I know.
full action
I know.
round. So just explaining for mechanically, but I can intimidate with it. That is an actionable state from
Yeah.
producing flame. So
All right, Kellenak, back to you. Well, I should say Hops is rolling on the floor, laughing and croaking and pounding his fists on the ground because you're being literally attacked by a teddy bear.
These vicious stuffed animals. I'm going to reach out and basically just touch him and then cast Sacred Flame on him.
All right, so the first
That's
thing
a
you're going to have to
ranged
do,
attack.
the first thing you're going to have to do is a dexterity save to get your hand to where it's facing him. And are you committing to Sacred Flame whether you succeed at this or not?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Okay, so roll a dexterity check at disadvantage. Well, it's
No.
against his grapple check, so
Okay.
so whatever you rolled.
Acrobatics.
it's dexterity or acrobatics.
It's dexterity or strength, whatever
Oh.
you choose.
Oh, okay.
So I got 17.
He got a 23. So you didn't succeed, and you're still going to let this thing go off.
Absolutely.
So it's a spell attack, right?
It's a spell attack.
So you'll be disadvantaged.
Okay.
If you miss, even if you don't roll a nat 1, you're going to singe some of your hair.
I've done worse. Well, maybe not so much.
What did you roll?
That's actually going to be a 6.
Oh, okay, not a nat 1. You're fine. You singe your hair. You miss the thing entirely, and you smell the awful smell of burning hair.
Again, sounded like a good idea at the time.
Sure, no, it was a great idea. And then it's going to bite you.
Okay.
What is your AC?
17.
He is going to miss somehow. So he bites at you, but he gets just a mouthful of singed hair, and so he kind of starts to spit it out, and that'll be his turn. And we're on to Findel.
And it's still disadvantage.
Yeah,
That's a 15.
15 will hit.
All right. 4 plus 4 is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Wow. this thing is looking like it's splitting in several seams. For a teddy bear, it looks tired. Akrak, you are up.
So I don't want to throw this. It says you can throw it, but I'd rather use it as a touch attack. So DM approval on this. Can I use it?
I mean, you're holding a fire. You can try to touch somebody, and you're still holding the fire.
Right, but
That's like, I've got a throwing axe, and I touch you. It basically is negligible.
okay.
So it's not a magical attack.
Yeah.
It's going to be a strength-based attack.
Okay. That's a 10.
10 is going to miss. So it gets real close, and Kellenak actually feels the heat come close to his face, and he says, what do you say?
This thing already took a chunk of my beard. Not you, too.
Nice.
Probably should have thrown it anyway, but because that's
Yeah,
Dex.
you probably should have. Yeah. But hey, that's fine. You're playing the game. It's all good.
Yep.
And Hops is going to continue laughing at you guys as you attempt to hurt each other more than you hurt this
I bet this looks hysterical.
harmless teddy bear. Yeah. Oh yeah. It looks
Keystone Cops is
fantastic.
playing in the background somehow.
And Kellenak, it's back to you.
I'm actually going to try and break free and kick this thing off of me.
Okay, strength or dexterity, whichever one you choose, and it rolls a strength against you.
It is doesn't matter. It's a strength. It's dexterity. 17.
2 hits 14. You successfully grab it, and you're going to give it the boot.
Yes, I am.
To where?
I think I'm flinging it sideways over onto the bridge.
Okay, cool. So make like another strength attack. I know, like technically this is, well, you're holding it. I'll say you're
Nat
you've
20.
You've either gotten free. So technically, throwing it again would be another attack.
Yeah.
So you only get the one action of like grappling free.
Okay.
So you can choose to have dropped it on the bridge next to you. So you've kind of moved its position.
Oh, that's fine. We'll
I'll let you
shift
do
it
that.
over.
Yeah.
There we go.
Great. Cool. Next up is going to be the mimic, and now the only person it can attack is you, and it's going to try to bite you.
All right. Well,
Did you have something else you wanted to do?
yeah, actually, I was going to proc my ward again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's at disadvantage.
How many times can you do that, by the way?
3 times per rest. Or per long rest.
Oh,
Nice.
very good.
All right. Well, that's 2 18s in a row. So it definitely hits you this
Shenanigans.
time. And let's roll some damage. This is the first damage anybody's taking. Is it going to one-hit the cleric? No, probably not. It's going to deal 7 damage.
All right.
Ouch! At first level, that can.
Yeah, at first
Oh, it
level
hurts.
that can sting quite a bit. We're going to be down to Fendel.
All right.
I think I'm just over
Okay,
half.
so I
that
don't have
technically is
disadvantage anymore. So I'm going to move here,
Okay.
and that's a 15.
All right.
So 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. All right. So when I ask you how do you want to do it, that means how do you want to kill it?
I want to slice his belly and have the stuffing come out.
Oh. All right. So you poke your rapier into one side and just kind of quickly Zorro slash right through the other side, and stuffing just pours out of this poor little creature. And as it does, and this is going to be the worst thing, mimics turn back into their normal selves when you kill them. So as the stuffing is falling out of this poor teddy bear, it's transforming back into the monstrous natural self, and it becomes actual guts all over the restaurant floor.
Luckily, he's on the bridge, so
He is on the bridge, but it's kind of spilling onto his boots a little bit.
Does any get on my boots? I make a dexterity check to avoid that.
Make the check at disadvantage. You didn't know this was going to happen.
Couldn't be any worse than our cook friend here dumping what he was dumping in the river.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20 and a 2.
You got guts on your boots.
So that would still be a 9,
Yeah. Wow.
you know, with my dexterity bonus.
Good night. You're right. No, it'd be an 8, right?
Actually,
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Nope, I take that back. It would be a 6. So it would be an 8, yes. It would be an
Yeah.
8.
Wow, that's nuts. So yeah, you are not able to dodge back in time. You have spilled guts on your boots, but out with it. Where the kind of symbol was on it, you kind of cut right underneath that. That was still on the monster itself, and it kind of slips down, and a little like puzzle box plops into the guts on the floor.
Well, Hops, we got rid of your problem. I hope you're happy.
He snaps his fingers, and the winches drop it back down in there. Says, "Now, how about that food?"
Sounds excellent.
Well, what was all that about? You really didn't need our help then, did you?
I know I've been asking you for your help, but you also know that I've been here for quite some time, and well, you don't become just a restaurant owner by, doing nothing. And you remember he's competed for the championship several times. He's never won, but he's competed. And so he's clearly got some levels of something about him. And so he kind of goes on. Now, you got a very specific letter at your door today asking you to come to my restaurant. Now, you come to my restaurant, and I have a job for you to do. Don't you, kind of put the 2 and the 3 together to make 4, right?
Yeah, 2 and 3 do make 4. Yes, absolutely.
I am
Your
so
math is
glad.
spot on.
That new math, they've been trying to peddle it on people, but my math works. Let me tell you what.
I don't number so well.
Nobody's ever left my restaurant dissatisfied in their portions thanks to my math.
Well, we'll find out in a sec when we eat.
Yeah. And he everybody in the tavern, or not the tavern, the restaurant, cheers, and he brings, wheels out a table, or he has one of his staff wheel out a big table full of boiled prawns and all kinds of potatoes and sausages. Fried things, spicy things, and he says, "Now we're going to have a party, and you guys are going to be on your way. You got to go out to," remembering names of cities is hard, Fairhaven.
Okay.
The boss wants you to go all the way to the capital.
I see. Well, I think I'll go pick up this thing that fell out and clean it off a little bit. And
Oh, don't worry about that. We get somebody to get that for you. You wasn't really supposed to kill it. You're supposed to find a way to open the chest and get it out, but it's okay. I got another mimic.
That's your mimic?
Well, yeah.
What are you doing with a mimic?
Well, I'm hiding him down there, so you find him.
I see. And you have this happen often?
Well, no, but you never know when.
Oh, okay. Very interesting.
Once every 10 years or so.
Yeah, about once every 10 years. I got a mimic sitting wherever I need him. So you guys eat this delicious and, I mean, super tasty meal that he's prepared for you. Hops has been here for a while because he is great at what he does. Mm-hmm. And so everybody leaves satisfied. And
but I bet there's no frog legs on the menu.
Oh, there are, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Frogs ain't bullywugs now. Bullywugs can talk. It's kind of like the difference between you human people. Well, none of you guys are humans. But it's kind of like the difference in you humans and then humans eating a pig, all right? That's how we bullywugs see it anyways.
Salted pork.
Hey, it's particularly good.
So did he just go
and
French?
He winks at you. All right, so he feeds you guys. He gives you as much drink as you can carry out of the restaurant with you, and slaps you on the butt on your way out. Good luck.
I would like to make a strength check to see exactly how much alcohol I'm taking with me.
Oh, that's Constitution. Go for it.
No.
How much you can carry.
How much I can carry.
Okay, great. Man, make a strength check. For every 5, you can carry an amount, and I'll tell you what it is in a minute.
16.
16. You got yourself a keg, man.
All right, I'm set.
So
much as I can carry, you say.
I got another cleric to go after.
I was going to say,
I got to split a keg.
So are we rolling him out in the keg, or is he on the keg, or
He's carrying it. All right, cool. So you guys now know,
like this with the keg on top of it.
You guys now know that Gruffbeard is sending you to Fairhaven, the capital of Aundair.
I'd like to, as we're traveling, play with the puzzle box if possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, at this point, we're opening not only Gruffbeard's finest, we're opening the whole of Aundair. You've got a lot of traveling room, a lot of places you can stop on the way if you want to. Give me just a second to look at the map, and I'll tell you how far it is. If you guys are kind of down here in this area, Fairhaven is way up here, so you just gotta kind of follow this red road all the way up north.
The red road.
The red road.
We can't take the lightning rail.
You can. Good call. So here's the thing: if you travel on the ground, you have plenty of time to look at the puzzle box to try to figure out what the puzzle is. Like, you can tell it's a puzzle box, but it's not very clear how to open it or what you're going to need to do to get there. You can, if you travel by the lightning rail, you have a little bit less time, but you still have some time. It's still going to take a little while to get there. Like, think old-timey trains. It's going to take a while to get there because it is still a lot of ground to cover. So it kind of just depends on how important do you think the puzzle box is going to be to the end game of the challenges.
Well, I think it'll probably be important.
I do as well, and I would be willing to offer up some insight into that, but I don't know if that can be done here.
No, it wouldn't be insight.
Yeah, you wouldn't really be able to tell. Like, at this point, even if you rolled a nat 20 on your insight and had a plus 10, you don't know enough about the challenge to know how important this box is going to be. You have to kind of determine, as a character, how important do you think this puzzle is to the overall game. Do you guys want to investigate a little bit to see how your comrades are faring?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Have I made a contact with anybody in the gaming system that I can... One of
Probably
my
not.
underground
So there's
contacts?
not there isn't so much of an underground here in Gruffbeards.
Okay.
However,
There's
there-
an underground everywhere.
there is. It doesn't operate quite like you're used to, though. The underground here is more. It's less criminal and more people whose expertise is transporting things either under the radar, not criminally, but just kind of like, we're trying to make a little bit of extra money here. We're not breaking any laws. We're just kind of getting by, or transporting things to really dangerous places.
Well, I figured the reason I was here was to facilitate the transport of fine liquors and things to some of the underworld and casinos in other cities.
Sure, that can kind of be your job, is to help with that. But
Right.
up until now, you've been kind of an underling in those areas.
Absolutely.
So, like, you may know a couple of names, but while there is an underworld everywhere, in Eberron and particularly in Andair, it's not as prominent.
Okay.
There's not as much strength in it. Like, there's a thieves guild, but it kind of operates more like a thieves guild in an Elder Scrolls game, where it's more like, we're thieving for the sake of nobility kind of
Gotcha.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the way I understand it is more like they do trade in secrets, but most of those secrets are fairly benign, innocuous secrets, like the family recipe, those sorts of things.
Yeah, so I mean, you could seek some of those out. They wouldn't really be able to give you any information on this particular like challenge system.
Okay.
Now, maybe in other areas, of course, Gruffbeard knows the people that he's essentially hired or asked to be a part of these teams, and so he knows your strengths, he knows your weaknesses, he knows how to play to them. He's spent the entire time you've been training watching you in one way or another and building these challenges around his competitors.
Okay. All right.
So you will find opportunities to use those skills that you've developed. It just may not be right now.
Well, personally, I would like to take the lightning rail. It's more comfortable.
It is a lot more comfortable.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you already said you're in for the lightning rail. I think we're waiting
I'm
for...
indifferent.
Okay, cool. So lightning rail it is. Tickets for the lightning rail from here to
Fairhaven.
Tickets are going to cost you 6 gold apiece.
Okay.
It's pretty steep.
That is pretty steep.
All right, so you guys pay your dues, and you get on the lightning rail, and you find a car that's fairly empty, and it's got 6 cars. The lightning rail does. It'll be engine, sleeping cart, eating cart, cargo cart, and there was another one. What else did I say? I already forgot.
Massive gold vault.
No, it's two sleep. So engine, 2 sleeping carts, food cart,
Cargo cart.
Well, you'd obviously
Cargo
have to
cart.
have a seating. Just
Yeah,
a
just
general
kind of a
seating.
sitting gen pop area. Yeah, so that'll be behind, in between food and cargo.
Okay.
So six cars long, and you guys take off into the distance, and that is where we'll stop.